Hospital VIP ward. YN. Who is Jungkook? Saying that she looks at him with a confused face. On the other hand, Jimin tried to understand how to tell her now. He took a deep breath and said, Jungkook is the one who has hospitalized you when you get hit by the car, and he even takes care of you when you are unconscious. Jimin wanted to tell her more, but the gate of the ward is suddenly open, and Jungkook walked in by saying, Young grandpa calls you, he wants to talk to you about something, so please, saying that he signal him with his dark eyes to leave him and her alone. Jimin understand the signal and said, Yeah, I take my leave now, and YN, please take care of yourself. We will meet soon, by saying that he winks at her playfully. Seeing that Jungkook glare at him like he will kill him any minute and signal. Jimin, okay. I got it, by saying that he rushes out with the speed of light and closed the door. On the other hand, Jungkook turned towards her and come closer towards her while taking small steps towards her. YN, after seeing Jungkook, she forget her all pain and become shocked and numb. She tries to crawl backwards on her bed in fear and said, How did you find me? And where is that Jungkook guy gone who hospitalized me and took care of me? Jungkook, a smirk on his face, said, Oh, my lovely kitten, you forget who I'm. I'm a goddamn mafia king. I can find anyone within minutes. So, who are that I don't find? How hard it could be for me to not find about you, YN tried to say something, but he shushed her by putting his finger on her lips and tightly grabbed her waist, said, SHHHH, my little kitten, did you forget me already? You forget that day while you running away from 4 men, and I saved you, and you now blaming me for running away, You have to be grateful that I find you that day and protect you, saying that he looks into her eyes. YN, hearing his words, some flashes of past incident flash in her eyes. Flashback. 2 years ago. YN running to get her home. It is chilling outside. It's winter season, but unexpectedly black dark clouds are all over the sky, and it's raining heavily. YN was running fast, so she can reach her house, unless his stepmother will kill her for coming late. She is fully drenched in the rain. Her clothes are so thin, and she is shivering with the cold. Her clothes are not helping her either. Then she thought to take a shortcut to get home on time. But she doesn't have any clue for what is going to happen with her, that her already messed up life going to be more messed up soon. Her whole life will going to be changed by that incident. She gets in a layway and takes the fast step towards her house, so she doesn't make her stepmother angry unless she will beat the shit out of her and torture her with no food and no bed to sleep. She is walking fast. Suddenly, she hears a creepy whistling sound. She becomes afraid in fear. Her steps get faster and faster, but the whistling sound also getting closer and closer. She can sense many men's footsteps behind her. She is shivering in fear of what is going to happen now. She doesn't even have the courage to look back at that person. Her legs are giving up for fear and tiredness, but she gathers all her courage and runs as fast as she can. While running in heavy rain, she still can hear some people running behind her as well and calling her with disgusting names. There are 4 men behind her and continuously calling her. First man, Hey, baby doll, are you lost? Saying that he laughed out loud like a maniac. Second man, Give us a chance, baby, we will make you feel good. Stop running. He yells and says to the third man, Caught her. She is our feast today. Third man, Where will you run now, bitch? We will catch you. Fourth man, Stop discussing and catch her already. Idiot. Saying that he turned towards a narrow passage to catch her from the front side. On the other hand, YN running as fast as she can, but her body is not helping her out of tiredness and wet clothes. Her body is freezing with cold. She feels dizzy. Her legs stumble and her eyes become blurry, and she starts to feel that any time she will faint. While she is running, she sees an old house backyard door is open, so she fastly goes there and hides behind the door and sees outside with a creak of the door and finds no one out there, but she don't know that where she is hiding is their place. Fourth man, on call, said to third man to inform his other friend, I saw her, that bitch is hiding behind our house backyard. You go from front side of the house and I go in from the side wall, and I inform our friends too. Today is the best feast of our life, saying that he laughs and hangs up the call and said, Shit, I become hard by just imagining how it will be when I'm ruining her. She looks so damn good, saying his mouth becomes watery and he hardly gulps down the saliva. Fourth men, who are coming from the front side, goes into that old house in front and comes into the backyard side and sees her from behind, who is peeking through the creak of the door. He goes towards her and harshly grabs her by hair and pulls her by dragging her in. She is in shock and struggling to get away from him till then the third man came from the wallway and the first and second man came out of nowhere and surrounded her and started laughing while saying, "Third man," gritting his teeth said, "Fucking whore, where were you going?" saying that he slap her hard that she stumble on the fourth man. Fourth man, "Get away from us, it is not possible for a fragile lick girl like you." First man, devouring her with his disgusting eyes said, "Look like a whole damn meal, I want to devour her," first saying that he forcefully dragging her towards the door. Another three were following her behind with a knife in their hands. YN is struggling to get away from them. She is screaming, "Let me go, please, please let me go. I don't do anything to you, why are you doing this to me?" She is continuously struggling and screaming, but no one there to hear her scream. They all are laughing at her and telling her that no one will come to help her, and then they pushed her down there, and two of them pin her hands tightly on the ground, and another two will rip her upper clothes while she was screaming and crying for not being able to free herself from their grip. YN, begging them while crying, "Please leave me, please. Don't you guys have a mother or sister in your house? Did you also behave like that with them, like you are behaving with me? I'm also like your sister, please let me go for the sake of God." She can't even join her hands to beg them because her hands are pinned down to the ground by two of them, and they are laughing, ignoring her words. One of them said, "You think we are fools, Why would we leave this opportunity?" saying that he fully ripped her upper clothes. YN screams loudly in shame and crying while breathing heavily, "Please, leave me." Suddenly the door of the room breaks open down the ground with force. Four of them become shocked. One of them said in anger, while still hovering. YN said, "Who the fuck are you?" Second man, "Why the fuck are you here?" saying that they released her pinned hand and come towards to beat them, who burst into their house without permission and disturb their moment, but when they see so many muscular, dangerous-looking men come towards them, they little back off their step more further behind. Indeed, that big muscular men come in wearing all black outfits, stand in a lane, and in between there is man, who looks like a mafia boss. Walks in like a model. His aura is so much dark and devilish, and his face is emotionless, his eyes boiling lava, but his facial features make him like an angel, but he is all opposite of that. After seeing their boss, they four men sit down on their knees in fear, while looking at Mafia boss. One of four of them in shock said, "Mr. JK, the Mafia King," saying that he looks towards their friends trembling in fear because they were very well know that they will surely die in his hands today. On the other hand, YN slowly sit up while covering herself with her torn clothes, still crying. Her hair are messed up, her lips and nose are bleeding heavily. Because of beating she got by them, her left cheek is swollen, and her both hands have so much bruised. Her legs have a lot of scratch marks giving by them while struggling to get away. Seeing her that condition, don't know why the Mafia King JK's heart is melting. She's still looking so innocent and beautiful, but he becomes angry after seeing her bruised body and face. He orders his bodyguard to take them in his mansion's basement and tortures them till they tell the truth of his stolen drug, but don't kill them because he wants them alive. Then he walks towards YN and tries to cover her up with his expensive long black coat, but she is still in so much fear that she constantly refuses his touch and crawling back and forth in trauma and want to get away, but he forcefully made her wear his coat and lift her up in his arms and walk further. Seeing her boss like this, all of them being in utter shock and disbelief, not understanding what is happening. His boss, who never even touches any girl, is now holding a girl in his arms and even showing so much care toward her that leaving everyone is in a hard-to-believe condition. He walks further with his dangerous aura, and his personal bodyguard signals his man to clear the near sofa. His man follows the signal and clears the sofa with a towel and then puts a white cloth on it. He sits on it while tightly holding her in his lap safely. She is still trembling in fear and tightly clutching his collar in her soft hands while clinging on him. Jungkook, in a dangerous tone, glare at four of them while his man dragging them out. They are constantly begging in fear and says, "King, please leave us. We don't know about your drugs. We are saying the truth, King, please believe us." Jungkook, while rubbing his head with his finger dangerously and shout, "Shut them up right now. You all know I don't like noises." Hearing that his bodyguard shove clothes in their mouth so they don't make any sound and drag them out of that abandoned old house. Jungkook also got up, still holding her in his arms like a father holding his child. Jungkook's mind, "What you are doing to me, girl, I never do such things to anyone but you. I feel like I'm obsessed with you. You are so precious, innocent and pure. I will not let anyone harm you, my little angel.